Hey there elites, how's it going? It's me, your boy Waddles. Welcome to another fresh video. Alright, starting things off nice and strong with another pun. We're gonna go ahead and stop that now. Sorry, I had to. The first Bedrock Nether Update Beta was absolutely massive. There was a lot to process in that beta. I know for a fact that I ended up overlooking some of the smaller features in that Nether beta because it was so big. Today, those smaller overlooked features are the star of the show. In today's video, we're going to go over a handful of really cool smaller features that you probably missed in the Bedrock 1.16 beta. Today, let's play a game. Keep track. How many of these features did you know about? After the video is over, drop that number down in the comments below. In today's video, we have 7 total features, so your score will be out of 7. All of these features were included in the very first Bedrock Edition Nether Update Beta. I'm sure there'll be a lot more small features in future Bedrock betas. If you enjoyed this video, if you'd like to see a part 2, let me know by dropping a like on this one, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the best time to change that. Alright, elites, so if you're going to play that score game, get ready to give yourself 1 point, especially if you've been watching my videos, because this is a feature that I actually didn't overlook, but I know that some people haven't heard about it yet, so I wanted to include it in today's video. Take a look at this wall. Beautiful, right? But now take a look at these other walls. They're really good too. Now, all of these other ones, still mostly good looking. Do you notice anything? You definitely should. The very first Nether Update Bedrock Beta made a big change to walls. Walls can now be stacked without having any gaps on them whatsoever. This is about the closest that we will ever probably get to vertical slabs in Minecraft, and this looks really good. So in the Bedrock 1.16 and Java 1.16 update, walls will actually become a usable building block. I mean, previously they were, but they also weren't. The whole gap thing on the walls, that was insanely annoying and really prevented a lot of cool designs from happening. I mean, you try building with a wall that looks like this, it's not going to work, but then you would have gaps in here too. It just definitely wouldn't work. Grab some walls, stack them up, connect them up, and boom, you have something beautiful that looks like this. Now, of course, you can put other blocks coming off of these walls, and the walls are going to get messed up a little bit, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like I said, this is probably about the closest we will ever get to vertical slabs in Minecraft. I don't think they're ever going to be added, but this almost gets us there, right? Not really, but it's like a slab in the center of the block instead of the side. Pretty cool. This is going to be great for building. Change number 2. This one is definitely the smallest change that we'll be going over in today's video. So first, take a look at the snow over here. This is just plain old snow, no tricks involved, just layers of snow on grass blocks. This is normal. That has always been like that. To actually experience this change, you'll have to put some snow on top of magma blocks and wait. As of the Bedrock Beta 1.16.0.51, snow placed on top of magma blocks will now melt. I mean, if we're talking about things making sense, this only makes sense. Now, the snow has to be directly on top of the magma block for it to melt. If you surround magma blocks with snow, nothing is going to happen to those snow layers. Will you ever experience this in survival? Probably not. I would guess that you will not encounter this ever. But if we're talking about things just making sense in the game, feeling tied together complete, that type of thing, this is definitely a good change. Magma blocks would probably be pretty warm, which means they would melt snow. Change number 3 isn't really a change, it's more of an addition. For something to be a change, it would have had to have been in the game before. This is brand new to the game. I wanted to include this one in today's video because this is something that I actually messed up on in my initial coverage, and I saw some other YouTubers messing up on it too. So, to check this one out, we'll need to get a flint and steel, a block of soul soil, and a block of just normal netherrack. We light those blocks on fire, then we stand inside of the fire. Take a look at our health loss. It's happening. It's bad. It's a problem. Now we'll go ahead and step out of this fire, and hopefully we'll give it a minute. We'll stop burning eventually. Now, if we go ahead and stand in this fire, we're going to catch on fire, pretty much the same deal. Now, it's very hard to notice, but the amount of fire damage that the player takes from these fires is actually different. Blue fire is not identical to normal fire. And when I say different, I'm definitely not talking about the looks. That would be that would be a little obvious. I'm talking about the amount of damage that the fire deals. So, which fire do you think deals more damage? Go ahead, take a guess. Take a guess, and blue fire. Did you answer blue fire? If you answered blue fire, you are correct, actually. Blue fire deals 2 damage per second to the player, while normal fire only deals 1 damage per second to the player. So blue fire is twice as dangerous. Now again, this is pretty difficult to notice, but it is definitely a major difference. Now this is going to be a little weird, but when I found this one out, I was actually pretty excited, because previously I thought these were identical fires just with different colors, which was kind of lame. But yep, so once the Nether update drops, you're going to have to be twice as careful around blue fire because it is twice as dangerous. For this next one, let's rewind things back to a more simple, a more safe time. Back on the first Bedrock 1.15 beta, when Bedrock 1.15 was still a thing, a brand new curse was added to Bedrock Edition. Brand new if you don't play Java Edition. The very first Bedrock 1.15 beta implemented the Curse of Binding. Now, the Curse of Binding is very, very dangerous potentially. If you're playing in survival and you put something on with the Curse of Binding, it is going to be stuck on you forever. You won't be able to take it off until you commit respawn, then you'll be able to take it off. So you need to be very careful with this stuff. You definitely don't want somebody else's head getting stuck on you. Now do a small time skip, 1.15 gets despawned, and boom, here we are in the 1.16 beta with another brand new curse, the Curse of Vanishing. The very first Bedrock 1.16 beta implemented the Curse of Vanishing. The Curse of Vanishing has been a thing on Java Edition for years, but it actually never made its way over to the Bedrock Edition. So the Curse of Binding binds things to you. That's pretty straightforward. The Curse of Vanishing is a little bit more confusing. The Curse of Vanishing, in my opinion, is a little bit more dangerous than the Curse of Binding. You see, with the Curse of Binding, something stuck to you, but with the Curse of Vanishing on anything, if you happen to die, that thing is going to be gone, so long as it is in your inventory. So let's go ahead and put all of this in our inventory over here, then we'll set our spawn right in this room, then we'll just go ahead and do it. There we go. We're not very good. We respawn. All of that stuff that I had on me, the elytra, the trident, everything, it's gone forever. It's 100% vanished. And that is exactly what the Curse of Vanishing does. If you have the Curse of Vanishing on anything, it could be a piece of armor, it could be your best tool, well, if you die with it, it's gone forever. It will not drop on the ground. Now, thankfully, you can still manually drop tools and armor with the Curse of Vanishing on the ground, but if you end up dying with them in your inventory, plan on saying goodbye to them forever because they will be gone forever. To make things even worse, the grindstone cannot remove either of the curses from anything. So if something's cursed, it's cursed forever. To check out this next change, we actually need to jump under the water and grab some tools. So coral in Minecraft is pretty cool. It was added back in the update Aquatic. To find coral, you'll need to head over to the warm ocean biome. Unfortunately, coral blocks are a finite resource in the world. You can't renew them. Thankfully, that's not the case for the coral plants. But if you're trying to collect the coral plants and bring them back to your base, don't just punch them because that's not going to work. Now, before Bedrock 1.16, if you wanted to bring coral plants back to your base, you needed to get a Silk Touch pickaxe. In Bedrock 1.16 and after Bedrock 1.16, the Silk Touch tools that you can use to harvest coral plants and fans have been expanded. In and after Bedrock 1.16, you'll be able to harvest coral fans and coral plants with Silk Touch shovels and axes as well. This is a change that is really minor, but a change that definitely makes sense. If you plan on building some sort of aquarium in the Nether update, remember that you can use your Silk Touch axes and shovels to harvest the plants for that aquarium. Shulker boxes are very cool and crazy useful. I mean, these things are pretty much inventory extenders, backpacks if you will. What's not cool about that? To make things even more cool, shulker boxes are crazy customizable. Of course, as all of you know, you can dye shulker boxes. Now, before Bedrock 1.16, if you dyed your shulker box a color that you didn't like and you wanted to undo it, well then the only option that you would have is just re-dyeing it a different color. Once you dyed a shulker box off of its natural color, there would be no getting it back. Bedrock 1.16 will change that, because cauldrons got a new use. In Bedrock 1.16, players will be able to use cauldrons to undye their shulker boxes. Walk up to a cauldron with water in it and use your dyed shulker box on it. The water will drain a little bit, but the shulker box will be undyed. You can then go back over to a crafting table and correct that color, or you can use the shulker box in its plain, natural, undyed state. This is a nice small mechanic that Java Edition has had for a little while and definitely makes sense. It's nice to see it being brought over to Bedrock Edition. So the final change in today's video. Now this change, just like the fire change that we talked about earlier, is more of an addition instead of a change. This was a small feature that was introduced in the very first Nether Update Bedrock Beta. So here we have a hoglin, and now if we go ahead and spawn a bunch of piglins in, eventually one of these creatures should decide to hunt the hoglin. And the interesting thing isn't the hunting, it's what actually will happen after the hunting. So piglins, do your thing. You know what to do. Go right ahead. So, we'll go ahead and put even more piglins inside of here, and just wait. Eventually, this will happen. They'll go ahead and hunt the hoglin, and then maybe, no luck this time, but sometimes the piglins will actually dance when they hunt a hoglin, which is really cool. Now, I've been testing this for a while, and it seems weird right now. For some reason, my piglins aren't dancing, like, ever when they hunt the hoglins, but it is a thing, and there's footage out there. I'll actually go ahead and do some digging and try and find some footage and link it down in the description below if you're curious about it, but it is really cool. I'm sort of wondering if maybe it's just not actually implemented quite yet. The dance is this funny, like, T-pose dance, but it's not happening. Come on, piglins, do the dance, please. Oh, right, is it gonna happen this time? Will it happen? No dance this time either. Yeah, if I can find a video, I'll link it down in the description. The dancing is really cool. Hopefully in later betas, the dance happens a little bit more, or the replication methods of the cool T-pose dance are at least explained. And so, that is actually going to be just about it for 7 smaller changes that were in the very first Bedrock 1.16 beta. Now, eventually, once Bedrock 1.16 releases, I will be doing a video covering everything in that update, big and small. But until then, I can make more videos just like this if you'd like. If you do like the idea of that, let me know by dropping a like and subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet. Big apologies for not being able to show off that last one, but trust me, it's really cool. Anyways, elites, that is going to be just about it for this video. On the end slide, I'll leave my Nether Update playlist. Today, I'd like to send a very big shout out to my patron, I Am Blur. Thank you for the support. Until next time, elites, stay cool. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.